I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The agenda is before you. Any additions, corrections, deletions? Now I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Goodlet,
Second.
second by Mr. Farrell. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. There being no public commentary, we'll open the public hearing for draft joint comprehensive plan 2024 to 2028 update for Whitfield County, including municipalities Cohutta, Dalton, Tunnel Hill, and Barnell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As we've talked about in the past, the city and other jurisdictions within the county is required by the Department of Community Affairs to update the comprehensive plan every 5-year period. This new plan will be in effect 2024 through 2028. And staff and Ethan have been working together for several months to update the plan. Primarily, the updates are related to projects that have been completed in the last 5-year period, and then future projects to take place over the 2024 to 2028 period. So legally tonight, we have to have a hearing and open the floor for public comment. If there are no public comments, then I will ask Ethan just to advise the council of next steps with plan adoption.
Is this the only meeting we have to have?
This is the only meeting the city will have. The county, I understand, has had a hearing, and this just serves as another hearing for the draft plan that's been posted.
This is open for public comment right now.
Yes, sir.
Anybody in the public got a comment? Nope. All right, we'll move on to,
If I could just have Ethan advise what the next steps are.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Andrew, our next steps for the comprehensive plan are simply to take the plan in its current draft form and send it to the Department of Community Affairs. We'll also at the Regional Commission post the plan draft and reach out to all adjacent counties and state agencies to receive any of their comments. Once that has occurred, DCA will also be conducting a review of the plan to make sure that it meets the minimum planning standards that were changed in 2018. Once we get the plan back from DCA with an approval, then we'll be able to move forward with adoption, which means we'll be coming back in probably late October to do that final adoption. And in its current draft form right now, we're still going to continue to do some polishing, continue to do grammar, and continue to do photographs, images, and things like that. But the content of the plan is set and in draft form. Happy to answer any questions.
any questions? Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you.
Minutes are before you from the September 5th meeting. Any additions, corrections, deletions? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion.
Farris, second by Mr. Goodlet. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. New business number 3, we got 4 2023 alcohol beverage applications.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Before you have 4 applications, if the applicants or representatives will please stand up as I call your turn, please. The first application is going to be doing business as Circle K Stores. The applicant will be Mark Allen Ostosis. The location address will be 2000 Chattanooga Road. The application type of license is being applied for our packaged beer and wine. The disposition will be new, and we'll do this all at once. The second one is going to be Family Dollar, number 236 or 20,036, excuse me. The applicant will be Johnny Dockery. A slight change on the address is going to be 1210 Morris Street. Type of license is being applied for. It's going to be packaged beer and wine. The third application is going to be Quick Stop. The location address is going to be 511 East Morris Street. The applicant will be Patel. The license being applied for will be packaged beer. The last one is going to be the Carpentry, doing business as. The applicant's Mr. Casey Carpenter. The location will be 204 West Kyler Street. Type of license being applied for our pouring beer, wine, and liquor.
Got a motion?
So moved.
Motion, by Mr. Goodlet, second by Mr. Farah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 4, Croy Task Order number 6, amendment for airport construction materials testing.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. I have here amendment for Croy Task Order 6 to include construction materials testing. on our ramp rehab project. This was already agreed to prior to the funding contract that was already approved by the mayor and council. But I just need a signature from the mayor on this.
So what you need is an approval from the city council for the mayor to sign it.
Yes, sir.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Goodlet, second by Mr. Farrer. All in favor, say aye.
aye,
Number 5, contract award to Bartow Paving Company for the 2023 milling and resurfacing various city streets, Dalton project number PW 2023.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This request is to award the 2023 annual asphalt resurfacing contract to Bartow Paving Company. Their total price came in under budget at $1,718,794.91. The streets that are part of this contract to be resurfaced are South Hamilton Street, Fairfield Drive, Sheffield Place, Kingsridge Drive, Westchester Drive, and 11th Avenue for a total of 4.25 miles of resurfacing. The work is scheduled to be completed by May 31st of 2024 and comes with a positive recommendation from the Public Works Committee.
Any questions? Your motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Farrer,
Second.
second by Mr. Goodlet. All in favor, say aye.
aye,
Like sign. Number 6, general construction agreement with Act Global for Dalton Parks and Recreation synthetic turf replacement projects. Caitlin?
Yes, good evenings. This is request for award for the Dalton synthetic turf replacement for Matt Gadsden Community Center. This is a 2023 community improvement project. Original budget was $300,000. Through the process, we published RFPs in July. We opened in August, but through the process, we decided to include an alternate of Joan Lewis Park, which is the park located off 4th Avenue. Through the process, we received 2 bids or 2 proposals. We interviewed both and both submitted a best and final. And based off of the specifications in our proposal, we recommend moving forward with Act Global because they were able to meet those specifications in our bid. The project includes manufacturing of materials and installation of the new synthetic turf. Matt Gadsden Community Center will cost $299,000. The Joan Lewis Park, in addition, will cost $81,000 or $82,000. This has been submitted. This was I presented this to the Rec Commission last week, and it comes with a positive recommendation. In the contract before you guys, there was a typo. The completion date is listed as February 1st, 2022. It'll be by February 1st, 2023, if not sooner.
it should be 2024.
24, sorry, guys.
Any questions of Caitlin? Your motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Farrer, second by Mr. Goodlet. All in favor, say aye.
aye,
Number 7, master service agreement with Rent Fund for a self-service kayak vending machine at Hague Mill Lake Park.
Yes, so this is a request for approval with the service agreement with Rent Fund. They will provide a vending machine for kayaks and paddle boards. Users can select to use either the kayak or paddle board, make a payment, receive access to the equipment, and use a secure, friendly interface provided through Rent Fund. This will allow us to have year-round rentals at Hague Mill Lake. Rent Fund will provide a rental locker that contains the kayaks and paddle boards, life jackets, in a solar powered smart locker. So if you've ever rented one of those scooters at one of the bigger cities, it's the same process. You just scan a QR code, you can pay, you sign your waivers, and then you have access to the equipment. Rent Fund there's a one-time payment activation fee of $26,000 for an 8-unit locker. It is a split revenue share, 50-50%. It is a 3-year agreement, can be terminated at any time. And then we'll also have 2 additional 1-year renewal options. Rent Fund will be responsible for delivery, installation, and then the ongoing maintenance of the locker and of the equipment. They will provide on-site signage, user and technical support mobile app. They'll provide us reports. They'll collect the revenues, and they are able to meet our vendor packet. And so they have all the liability and insurance requirements. The funding for this will come from a restricted donation from 2018-19 for Hagnall Lake Park, and this has been presented to the Rec Commission and comes with a positive recommendation.
Questions? Let's see if Mr. Mock's alive. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Mock. Second by Mr. Fair. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign.
Aye.
Number 8, is first reading of the no action taken on it tonight. Ordinance 23-19, an ordinance to repeal Article 2 taxi cabs of Chapter 126 vehicles for hire of the 2001 revised code of ordinance of the city of Dalton, to make findings of fact, to establish an effective date, to repeal contrary laws and ordinances of the city of Dalton, and for other purposes. Is this, who's this? Is this, Todd? All right.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. This ordinance was previously, or the contents of this ordinance was previously reviewed during the April and September Finance Committee meeting. This ordinance will repeal the current ordinance that the sections of the current ordinance that oversees taxi cabs, the registration of those as a result of state legislation that preempted local administration of the ride shares and taxis. So basically, there would be no local registration required as the Department of Public Safety will be regulating those types of businesses. The effective period will be prior to the next renewal period for taxi cabs and those like services in the city.
Any questions, Todd? We won't take action until the next meeting. If there being no supplemental business, I'll entertain a motion. We adjourn.